Hello YouTube, welcome to a brand new video. On today's video I'm going to show you guys some do's and don'ts while doing frequency separation. These tips will definitely make your skill touching to look better and look more professional. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, number one is always respect your highlight and shadows. For example, if you are mixing your skin, let's select mixer brush and then we disable the high FS on our color correction. If you are mixing a particular color of skin, for example, I'm mixing this area, as you can see is brighter than this area next to it. So if you are mixing, the moment you click your brush automatically pick this color of skin. So if you are mixing, mix within that particular color of skin. If you are moving to another area that is having different shade of skin color, you have to let go of your click and then you move to the another to the area and then you click again and sample the color of the skin of that particular area. Don't hold your click while moving to another different shade of skin. For example, if I move now, you notice I mess up with the skin color. So whenever you are moving, let go of your click, move to another area and then you click and sample the color of the skin of that particular area and then you start mixing. That's mixing your highlight within your highlight and then mixing your shadows within your shadows. And then something more important is don't overlook area no matter how little it is. Maintain the lights no matter how little it is around the area and maintain it around there. Maintain the shadows no matter how little it is and maintain the shadows around its area. For example, if you zoom the nose here, you notice we are having a little shade of light here. So whenever you are mixing, make sure you maintain the light no matter how little it is. Mix it around its area. Don't be like, all right, the area is small, let me just put my brush big and then I mess up with the light around the area. No, you are changing the look of your model. So these lights and shadows are what shape the face of your model to look exactly as you are saying it. So maintain lights within their area and then your shadows within their area, so that to maintain the look of your model and get a professional retouching at the end of your work. So always mix your areas within the little shade of the light. If you are moving, let go of your click and then sample the next area so that you won't mess up the area. Also, this area, as you can see here around her nose, this light is very important being here. So always maintain the light, leave it exactly where it is so that you won't mess up with the look of your model, because running lights like this or messing up with shades of lights with little shades of lights like this what at the end of your touching make your image to look so unprofessional. So always maintain lights and shadows no matter how little they are. Alright, another important tip is learn to brush along with the movement of your highlight and shadows. For example, if you can see here, we are having movement of shadows moving this way, as you can see, and then we are having highlights around this area moving downward. So whenever you are mixing, if you select your mixer brush, if you are mixing these areas, it's okay to move your brush along with the movement of the highlight and shadows. So you can just move your brush along with the movement of highlight and shadow if you know from where you are going to start brushing to where you are going to stop are having unique or the same shade of highlight and shadow. I think it's better to do that than to just move your brush around here. If you finish and then you come again to another different area, you start moving again between the areas that you brush, there is going to be some little solid boundaries between the areas where between the two areas where you use your brush and mix your skin, even though they are not that easily noticeable. So always try and move your brush along with the movement of shadow if there is, and then move your brush along with the movement of highlight if there is. that will always give you better result at the end of your retouching. So move along with the movement of highlights if you are having one. And then if we zoom around the nose, as you can see, we are also having movement of highlights around here, and then shadows by the side of the nose. So you can simply move along with the movement of the highlights, and then you move your brush along with the movement of the shadow. And then lastly, something very important is always try and dissolve the boundaries between your highlight and shadows. Avoid leaving solid boundaries between your highlight and shadows. For example, if we disable our high FS and then we pick up our mixer brush, let's say for example we mix our shadows. As you can see, we mix our shadows separately, and then we go over to our highlights again. Sorry, my computer is a bit slow. And then we mix our highlight again. All right, notice if I zoom, even before I zoom, as you can see, we are having solid boundary between the highlight and shadow. So what you are going to do to this kind of boundaries is always try and dissolve them and make them very smooth, so that you have smooth transition between your highlight and your shadows, or from your shadow to your highlight. How are you going to do that? Is you are going to make sure you are selecting your mixer brush, and then you place your brush between the highlight and the shadow, as you can see, and then you move along with the boundary. Notice we are dissolving the boundary. Everything is looking very smooth now. So that's how you'll be dissolving your highlight. So that's how you'll be dissolving the boundary between your highlight and your shadow. Let's say if we mix this area of her nose, let's say for example we mix the area of the lights separately, and then we move to the shadow area as well, and then the shadow on the other side. So before we move, we just have to make sure we place our brush in between the highlight and the shadow, and then we smooth the transition in between them, as you can see. So that's usually give you a better image at the end of your retouching. So basically that's it for today's video. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and then also turn your post notifications so that you'll be the first to view my new content. Let's see in another video.